everybody. Welcome to Knit Night. My name is Therese. I am here with my friend Liz of Liz Clothier Designs, Clothier. We are also joined by Annie from A Stitch in the Sky and the catalyst for Shark Week, DK and Ann Pinkova. They are joining us for Shark Week.
Hey guys.
Woohoo!
Yay. Long time no see. I know, right? I realized that I spent 2 hours talking about Shark Week without turning on my shark lights yesterday. I was so mad at myself. Bought them just for this reason.
Right.
Oh no. That's
So did you decide on a project, DK?
I have one. Look, I'm knitting something.
Yay!
It's Chicken Lady's Shark Dress Man, and it's the slouchy braid hat by Wise Owl Knits. So
Oh, nice.
I thought it'd be fun. I had to finagle the pattern because I didn't have the right size yarn, but I think it'll work out in the end. So
It's fine. I'm sure.
Cheryl has great patterns.
She does.
Yep. Exactly.
Now she's going to have to do another shark next year.
Yeah, I think she's
All
pigeonholed
varieties.
Yeah. Poor gal, because I mean, there are an infinite number of shark puns. You know, we could do this forever. Like poor Cheryl's locked in. Like, I don't know any more kinds of sharks.
Oh, there's a
I'm
ton.
sure.
I'm sure she'll.
She could do a whale shark because they have the pretty patterning on, and you could do color work. I've seen a couple patterns like that.
Or a killer whale, because aren't those kind of sharks something? Not really whales? I don't know. Maybe.
I think they're dolphins, technically.
Really?
But the dolphins are technically whales too. They're like a subspecies.
We could do free sharky, and then it's a killer whale, but it's not.
There's so many things we can
only
do. I'm
watch
sure
the
it'll work out.
Willy movies. I'm sorry, that's the only one.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those either.
Oh, I just remember the ads in front of the VHS tapes.
How is everybody doing on their projects?
I am doing wonderfully. I have a finished sock.
Wow.
And I have started the second one.
Nice. Are you holding two strands together?
On the cuffs and heels and toes, I am. And the rest is DK weight.
Nice.
What? Sorry, I was counting. I'm splitting for the little armholes.
Yay!
My baby cardigan.
Oh,
So
so cute. So cute.
Oh, it's sweet. It's quite sweet.
Another project in Mo.
Sorry?
Is that another mohair project?
Oh,
it's not. No, it's double knitting. It feels massive. it feels thick and like easy to knit.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess you're probably tired of mohair for a while, Annie.
Maybe not. Yes and no.
No,
not really. I've got more hair plans.
Well,
what are you
have a
working
lot
on,
of
Ann?
mohair.
I'm working on. I'll have to flip the pattern around so I don't lose my place marker. Just working the shawl, and I think it's coming along quite well. I'll have to stretch it out weird because it's knit from the center.
Gee. How was the cast on?
Don't look too close, but otherwise it's great. It's I think I miscounted like in the first couple of stitches, so it's a little lumpy. But I don't think anyone's gonna notice. Probably not.
That's the galloping horse theory.
Yeah.
Probably not going to care.
I always tell my students, if anybody can see the mistake in your knitting, they probably need a friend. Like they're looking at you that close, they obviously need something to do. So, you know.
There you go.
It's my theory.
Yeah,
I started mine yesterday, and then due to pattern difficulties in, let's just say, the writing style or lack thereof, so I had to frog it and start over. So,
Oh no.
so gotten.
You're pretty
And I
far
switched-
for starting over.
Well, this is mostly garter, so it's just. But I switched it to sport weight yarn because I didn't have enough of the fingering, and my one color wasn't working out. So I figured if I had to start over anyway, I might as well switch the yarn. And finger sport's a little easier to hold on to, and it'll make it a little bit bigger. But it's kind of figure out, like those books where you choose your own adventure. It's kind of like that in a way because it's not the most explicit instructions. I'm going to put it that way.
So what are you making? It's going to be a shawl?
The shawl, it's called the Be Yourself shawl from Whimsical Woods, and it's modular. So it's
okay.
like Vertices Unite by Stevens West, where you have all the different sections.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's no schematic, and some of the instructions are a bit confusing.
Yeah.
So
I think I made one of their patterns once, and it was a little less detailed than I would have preferred, but I got there in the end.
it would be fine if there was just a schematic with the sections numbered, because then you would know where. That would be fine, but there isn't. So I'm just winging it from photos on Ravelry that someone else knit. So it's really a challenge, Anne. So Shark Week is going to be a challenge for me for sure
Right.
this year. But I'm determined to finish. So
Okay.
That's frustrating in a
finish
paid
this year,
for
too.
pattern.
it is, and if I had known there was no schematic, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But I didn't know that until afterwards. Not till I opened up that file and saw. So, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll get it done, I'm sure. I hope.
I have to
Seems
go
like-
back.
A bunch of people have signed up. There seems to be a lot of people participating.
Yeah.
There are.
Opening Instagram today for me, it's just like Shark Week, Shark Week, Shark Week. I'm like,
Yeah, I was tagged in everything. I was tagged in so much stuff because we said tag us. And then it was like, oh my goodness, like I can't possibly look at all of this right now. I was like, I pick up my phone and for a minute and I'm like, I don't have time for this. And I was like,
I was able to look at them a bit this morning, but I'm getting notifications through work. Like, I can't. I'm sorry. I'll look at it later.
I think I must have my notifications off because I just open it and it's like a bunch of stuff. Like it's not telling me constantly, which is nice.
It's nice that so many people are,
It's
excited.
so fun.
Yeah.
That's how the Puritanical was last year. People were excited in between them cursing Anne out for black yarn.
Yeah, but there's something about Shark Week that is just so fun because I think the whole you're competing against yourself and there's a time frame and it makes it more interesting. So
Yeah. It definitely is a self-challenge, which I think is fun.
Yep.
I've not got enough stitches.
Oh no.
I have to pull it back.
Oh no.
Oh, I did that earlier.
But never mind.
Never mind. Just wing
It's
it.
not more hair.
Fine.
It's
It's
not
not like the baby's going to count the stitches anyway.
Well, it's either going to have skinny arms or one side longer than the bigger than the other, or so we'll have to get them right.
So, did you watch any shark shows, DK, with your kids?
I have not yet. Actually, today turned out to be very busy. And I know I said I was going to challenge myself and I was going to learn brioche this week, but I'm really glad I chose something that's not because I actually ended up having to work 2 extra days this week, which I wasn't expecting. And I was telling Anne before, because I called her because I had to tell somebody right away. My Never Surrender hat that I submitted for the exhibition. There's an exhibition in
Yeah.
Seneca Falls called Crafting Democracy, and I submitted it and it was accepted. And
Yay.
I was trying. Opening ceremonies is this week, and I was trying to figure out how to get there. I don't think I will, but yeah, I'm just glad I didn't pick a huge project, because if I can go, then that kills another whole day. And so, yeah,
That's exciting.
I was excited about it. I was telling Ann, I don't think they said no to anybody, but still, it's still fun. Excited.
It is.
But yeah, so this already this week's gone off the rails. Hopefully it'll chill.
It's Monday.
I know, right? So have you guys watched any archaeology or sharks or anything yet?
I did a couple of the Discovery shows. One was annoying because the narrator to me sounded like Martha Stewart, and it was just throwing me off.
That
Except for
sounds
the voice.
horrible.
And
Martha
I didn't like
Stewart's
the
here to talk to you about.
I didn't like the marine biologist because the narrator said how this mass problem in sharks happened in 1975 when Jaws came out, because people thought sharks should be dead, not alive. And I'm thinking, do you not realize that the majority of the marine biologists who are in the field now were inspired by Jaws to go into marine biology?
Right.
Like, you know,
The
don't
Top
knock
Gun
it.
effect of marine biology.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
So that was a little weird, but yeah, it's just the voice bugged me. But I still have to watch Jaws and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I do audiobooks, and if I don't like the person's voice, I can't listen to a book. So I would assume it's similar with a narrator. Like, you know, if they don't have one of those great like James Earl Jones voices, I don't want to hear it. I want him to narrate, or someone like that to narrate everything for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I mean, I don't hate Martha Stewart, but I'm used to her voice doing Martha Stewart-y things, not
Talking
talking
about
about
chocolate
sharks
cake,
and all.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
telling
just,
you how to
it was
bake.
just
And
off, I guess, for the.
Yeah.
Telling me
just
how to
annoying
roll
me.
little balls of foam and glitter so I can then stick it in my floral arrangement and you know,
Right.
Martha Stewart stuff.
Or even, you know, smoking pot with Snoop
With
Dogg.
Snoop.
Snoop Dogg, whatever.
Man, I remember when I first opened a magazine and saw an ad of Martha Stewart CBD gummies. I'm like, it's gone too far. You just
She has her
you just
own
go,
strain of
Yeah.
gummies.
She does.
Oh yeah, for a while now. I'm like,
I knew
I'm
didn't know
Snoop
that.
did.
I'm like, Martha, I did not need to know. Okay, you can just, you know, in your own mansion, that's fine, but just let me keep the sparkle. All right, let me.
I don't know. I think it's pretty funny watching them cook while they're both high as can be.
Really? I haven't seen Martha Stewart, I don't know, since she went to prison, so I don't really know much.
I think she has her own Roku channel, doesn't she?
Something like that.
I think
She was on Sports Illustrated cover model last year.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
she looked pretty damn good for
Why?
70-something
I mean-
years old.
Yeah.
Because it's all inclusive now. They have a plus size model. They have all sorts of models. And she was the older lady model. She didn't look bad for her age, though.
No, but you know, maybe the cover of
so.
AARP or something. You know.
Yeah. I don't think most of the guys who buy the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Yeah.
Do it
Think
to look
about
like
all the
70-year-old
13-year-old boys.
Yeah, no one's
Yeah.
paying that much. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, Martha.
I'm trying to increase. I have a feeling my count's going to be wrong by the time I get to the end of this row. Thanks to you guys.
You're welcome.
Sorry. Did you see the on Craftsnark that Hobby is, or I guess Pom Pom Magazine is collaborating with Hobby?
Oh, no.
Yep.
I guess with their final patterns, since, you know, the magazine went out of business, and they're publishing
Oh.
their final patterns through Hobby, and the Craftsnarkers are not happy about it.
Why?
They're yarn
It's Pom-
snobs.
because they're yarn snobs, and Pom Pom was considered an elite magazine, for
Elite.
Heaven forbid that people can, afford it. And
Well, if it's so elite, why are they going out of business?
well, that's why it's going out of business. So I guess it's good to be elite if it, I don't know, doesn't work
Seems
out, I
like
guess.
all
Can't be
the
that elite.
print-
I've got
print
some.
magazines are going out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There was some pushback though, because there were people on that thread saying, look, we want everybody to be able to, participate in this craft, and if you can't afford it, then you can't use hand-dyed yarns all the time. So
Well,
there
you
was
can
some.
substitute your yarns, can't you? I've always substituted yarns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but Hobby was like one of those artsy magazines, with the artsy photos, or Pom Pom was.
Yeah, no,
don't-
I've got a few pom-poms.
I don't think I've
I
ever
didn't
seen
think it was particularly overpriced.
It's not like interweave knits. It's
No, or Nitty.
No.
That is no
knitting.
more. Is Nitty even still around?
Yeah, it's just not. It's a shell of what it used to.
I'm trying to remember what the one was. It went out of business, or I mean, they went to online. What was South Dakota? It was knitting or knitter or one of those titles, but they always did these weird, like when they try to be over modern, and you're like, it's like weird twisted wrap sweater, and there's like slit in it, or it's asymmetrical. And it's like, yeah, there's, unfortunately, I think your knitting magazine went out of business because those were some really unwearable patterns.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I like that. It's a cable sweater. But otherwise, it's like, high cord out the wazoo, and just, I don't know, not flattering
Pom
stuff.
Pom had a lot of artsy designs.
Yeah, that artsy stuff.
It doesn't seem the most wearable.
Well, one of the last ones I looked at had sort of ladies' garments being modelled by a man, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of
So
that.
you'd
in the
look
last
at it and
issues.
you would be unaware of what that might look like on yourself. I mean,
Right.
I do think the majority of knitters are women, aren't
Right.
Like those.
they? But actually, women's
Um,
patterns, I suppose they
Don't
were
tell Neil.
unisex, the patterns. They'll have been
Yeah.
unisex, I suppose anybody could wear them.
Kind of like
And they
those
did a lot
online.
of big ones
Sorry.
as well. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say it's kind of like those online shopping ads where they're like, "Here's a dress. Would you like to see it on a model in your size?" And you're like, "No, actually, I'd like to dream."
I'm in denial.
Dude, I got an ad for some brand of underwear today, and it was like, here, get 2 free, just pay shipping and handling. I'm like, all right, I'll look at it. And they were a very size inclusive company, which is fabulous, but I don't need to see anybody else's cellulite. Like, I got enough of my own. Like, you can keep that. I don't need to see it modeled on every size possible. I'm good.
Right.
Thanks.
Yes. The inclusivity is getting such out of hand. Because, it's like not every outfit is for every person, and you're not entitled to have it just because it's available. That's where, it seems people have gotten off the train. Like, not every kid who wants to be on a sports team is going to make a sports team. They're not,
Well, exactly.
So we need to make it, fair for everybody to participate. Not everybody gets to participate in everything. It's just life.
Yep. That's true.
And that's how we now have a generation of people who go on TikTok to cry about how they don't have everything that their parents had, and it's not fair, and why can't I, well, because you never had to work for anything. Everything was handed to you. And now that you do have to work for everything,
Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine going online and crying and carrying on. Like, suck it up. Go get a job instead of being on TikTok.
But so many people think that that is a viable job now, so that's also a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole influencer thing has gotten really crazy.
Yeah. One of my kids told me that they would like to have a video game channel on YouTube and that's how they would like to make money. I said, that's really cool and that's something you can try. But what do you want to do if that doesn't work out? Because not everybody gets to do that.
Mhm.
Like, I'm never going to say, like, if you want to try something, you can't try it. But also, like, let's have a plan B. Let's think about something else you enjoy that you might want to try because I'm not sure that that's going to pan out in the end.
Right.
You're
By
like,
the time you're old enough.
Mommy and Ann make $5 a month on YouTube. Sweetie.
Well,
I'm gonna-
I used this as an example. I said, you know, Ann and I have been doing this for 4 years. We both work other jobs. We do it because we like it, not because it's making us a lot of money. I said, so you can probably have a video game channel, but you'll also have to do something else because that's just life sometimes, you know.
I don't know.
Well,
These
Yeah.
people.
Sorry.
Oh.
I just think
Too
that
many-
people don't hear that anymore. You can
No,
do
and
whatever
too
you want
many,
to. Sure.
Too many of them think that things like OnlyFans is a viable career.
Ugh. It's disgusting.
When it's not just the money, it's the attention too that they're getting from social media that's ruining them. We were at breakfast yesterday, and this group of 20-somethings came in. First of all, they parked about this far away from the truck next to them. The girl had one hell of a time getting out. I was waiting for the guy in the truck to come out and, raise hell. They came in, and the one girl, she's all dolled up. She's got her fake nails that are the pointy ones like they all wear now. And she's got her Stanley cup, and she's holding it. And I'm like, why would you bring in a water bottle, a water thing to a restaurant? Because you want us all to see that you bought that Stanley thing,
Yep. You won't know she's cool if she doesn't show you. Duh.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. I watched this one police cam video, and it was just sad. It was just so sad because these young kids. She popped
Where's
out.
Ann?
She I think her internet was being goofy.
Mm-hmm.
They have temper tantrums and they can't handle, when they have to deal with the police as adults. And they scream and yell and throw temper tantrums like a 3-year-old. And it's like, I'm sorry, yelling no, it's not going to mean the cop's not going to arrest you.
Right.
And when you yell, no, I'm not under arrest, no, that doesn't work either.
It doesn't work.
That's not how it is. But this is the thing. And I mean, you guys have had kids and stuff, but like, I have conversations with my kids all the time. Like, you might not have done anything wrong, but that doesn't mean that when a cop comes over and talks to you, you're not respectful. Like, we just have such a it's just nonsense, dude. The whole thing is just like,
I think if there's a class, they should teach it as a class to kids, basic life skills. One of them should be how to handle a traffic stop.
Yeah.
What you're required by law to do, like identify yourself, because in most states you're required by law to identify yourself. If they tell you to get out of the vehicle, you're required by law to get out of the vehicle. So just do it. Don't fight. Don't argue.
Yeah.
99 times out of 10, you're going to get out of there with a ticket, if that, or a warning. But if you fight back, if you argue, if you make a scene, they're going to get pissed and it's going to escalate. Like these kids who were underage drinking, college kids, I guess. The cops saw the kid peeing in public in a parking lot at night with his group of friends because couldn't pee at the bar, I guess. And So he calls him over, and the girlfriend immediately says, I can't believe you're wasting your time going after someone peeing in a bush and not after real criminals. Okay, so you just admitted on camera that it happened because you're stupid. And then the guy's trying to claim that if they don't have it on video, it didn't happen. And the cop's
so
like, I'm
sure of
sorry, but
themselves.
crimes happened long before there were videos.
Mhm.
People got arrested, and he wasn't even going to arrest him for that. He ended up arresting him because he obstructed and he had fake ID and he was drunk underage. But he was not even going to give him a ticket for the other thing. He goes, I would have just let you go with a warning, but you had to do this. And he ended up arresting the girlfriend too because she threatened the cop and started obstructing. And the boyfriend telling her to plead the fifth. You can't plead the fifth when you're being arrested because that's for court. That's not. And she's crying and crying and crying and wants her daddy to come.
Well, honey.
And she's asked the cop, could he hold her hand? Because she was scared. So she went from this badass, I'm going to beat the crap out of you cop to, oh my God, I'm going to be arrested, crying her eyes out. Asked if her friend could come with her to the jail so she wouldn't have to be by herself. The friend who's not under arrest. And the cop's like,
if
no.
I'm that friend, I'm not going anyway.
The cop's like, no, you don't get a buddy. There's no buddy system for this. But he's like, you two escalated something that didn't need to be escalated into felonies.
Right. And that's the thing.
They lied. Yeah. So it's crazy. But they didn't know how to handle adult interaction.
And they're so sure of themselves. I mean, they know everything.
Oh yeah, they know the law, and usually they don't know the law.
I saw one. This girl got pulled over, and she didn't have her license. And he's like, "Well, why don't you have?" I'm not required to have a license to drive. I'm sorry.
Oh, sovereign citizen.
In the Constitution, it does not say that I have to. Come on,
I've seen those people.
Just stop.
Yeah, the sovereign citizens
But
are the
they
worst.
know everything.
There's just a whole. Sorry.
Yeah, the guy was insisting on defending himself in the court, and the judge is like, you get a public defender who he's like, now he goes, legally I can defend myself. She's like, yes, you can, but I'm going to hold you to the same standards I would as any other attorney. So you'll be required to know, all the procedures, all the laws and everything else, just as an attorney would. But, you have access to, a public defender to help you. He didn't want the help because he didn't agree with what the public defender was saying because, she actually knew the law and he did it. And the judge is trying to explain to him, sir, you don't know enough about the law to do this, because he didn't know the difference between a jury trial and a judge trial. And she's like, clearly you need the legal help.
Mm-hmm.
That's just ridiculous. Anybody who's watched Law and Order knows the difference between a jury trial and a bench trial.
I know.
Right.
Come on.
You would think. But the sovereign citizens are the worst.
Yeah.
They have the Constitution gives them the right to travel. They don't have to have a license. Okay.
Right.
You can travel anywhere you want, but to travel on the road in a vehicle that you're driving, you have to have a license.
Right.
Jeez.
Teach your children stuff, please.
Yeah.
Annie, did you take out that whole sweater or did you just rip back some?
I've just gone back a bit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it's
I thought I saw you ripping for a while.
No, I've just gone back to where because I'd started on stocking stitch and this is all garter stitch, the yoke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only 4 stitches short according to the pattern. But now I have to fathom out whether what they've said about splitting for the sleeves is right or not.
Ah.
Because I'm only 4 stitches out. And it looked like I was a lot of stitches out. So it's a bit of it's one of them.
Yeah. I'd just add in the 4 stitches and keep going if it were me. But I know most people don't knit like I do.
No, I would do that too.
No,
That's the
Stephen West thing. Yeah, just add a
couple. I was short by way more than that.
Oh, Anne's gone again. Poor Anne.
It looked like I was short by a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to add up what they say. and see if they're right, because they could be wrong.
That's true.
That's true.
I get one of my books full of lists.
Yeah, designers.
That's all the
they-
prom dresses I altered. Quick flash. A big long list of names. One of my prom dresses came back today because she's lost weight.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Prom's on Wednesday.
Ugh.
whoa!
I did it.
This
done it-
Wednesday. Oh,
Yeah, I've done it straight away. So, and
God
then
bless
another
you.
one was collected, and I didn't even know it was still here. I thought it had gone. It was in the cupboard. I think she was just storing it here. Right. I've got a bit more space now. Oliver's moved out. Went to visit him at his house. It's really weird going to visit your children at their houses when they've moved out.
It
after
is.
all them
Yeah.
years.
Totally.
It was nice though. He made us a coffee.
It's nice.
Gave the dogs a treat. We took the dogs, but we stopped short at taking the cat. I would have. She has a harness as well.
Oh,
Do you walk her?
No, I bought it in case we took her away or anything because we go camping. If we had to, if we had no one here to look after her. She's pretty chill actually. It's just the van's not very big, so we'd have to have a litter tray somewhere, and I don't know where. It would be a bit of a carry-on, but
Yeah.
she's sociable. She likes to be with us, really.
just not very cat-like usually,
No,
except for
Well-
DK's cat, who sits on her head.
Dude, my cat. The day that she was
Close to
doing that,
shell,
though,
isn't it?
I hadn't been home. But
sorry.
I
She
had
missed
a, I
you.
had a, I had a neighbor that walked her cat on a leash through the neighborhood. And apparently, before I knew her, she also had a bunny that she did that with. So I guess that
I-
was just her thing.
I had a
But-
coworker who walked a bunny.
So
Most bizarre thing you've ever seen, a bunny on a leash.
I assume so. I wasn't in the neighborhood for that one. I was here for the cat though, and I would say her name, and people would be like, "Who?" And I'd be like, "Oh, you know, the lady who walks her cat." And they'd all be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I know her." So
I first saw somebody in France walking a cat.
Oh, those French.
Hmm.
Yeah, they have their own way of doing things.
Yep. Well, ladies, I'm sorry, but I can't stay any longer. My family keeps coming in and looking for me. But I wanted to come on and say hey because
Thank you.
I've been meaning
Thanks.
to. Oh, and I have PIK shirts in our shop now. And I was making them. They were going up to a 5X. And then when I published it, they only went up to a 3X. So I'm going to figure out what's wrong with the sizing. But there are some Shark
Okay.
Week shirts.
Cool. Thank
But
you.
I'm working on
I
it.
appreciate it. Thank you.
I was on the phone with Anne and I said, I told you what size, right? And she goes, yeah. I said, that size isn't here. I said, okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't me. I thought I was losing it. But yeah. So
Thank you.
Thanks,
Tell the
Shai.
people where
Thanks
your
for
shop
having on.
is.
oh, it's
Okay.
Printify me
What-
something politically incorrect knitters, Printify. I think if you search us, you'll
Yeah.
find it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You'll
think if
be
you
like,
Google it, yeah. Yeah. But thanks
Sorry,
for coming
I'm
on.
not-
You're always welcome to pop in if you have time.
sure.
Yeah. It's
Definitely.
just
The
things
kids.
have been nuts,
yeah.
but I appreciate it. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
Well,
all right, guys, I'll see you later.
bye.
Thanks for
Hopefully you
coming.
finish your hat. Thanks for coming. Oh, we lost Anne.
Lost Ann.
Okay, I'm back to where I was, where I had too many stitches, and now I don't. So I'm calling that a win.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know what I did wrong.
I'm having the strangest thing right now. My yarn, it's not a singles, is energized. It keeps folding back on itself.
What? Shame on it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I could see if it was singles, or
Yeah.
if it was like hand spun plied, But this is, it's Lynn's yarn, so it's commercial, commercial yarn.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. That yarn I was using originally, I liked it. Except it was a single, and it was just too pale with the darker colors. It wasn't showing up at all, so I'll save it for something else. And I pulled out leftovers from last year's Shark Week that I had, but it was sport weight, so I pulled out sport. I had some Malabrigo sport and a Skeena Lynn sport. So hopefully I'll have enough yardage because it's going from sport to. So we'll see.
Right.
I might have to throw in another color, but it will get finished.
This is a
That's my plan
Franken shawl
anyway.
now.
It is. It totally is.
That's okay.
Helps when the numbers add up right.
Oh yeah.
My numbers add up right. I've just added it all up.
Oh, okay.
So the pattern's right. So I must have done something wrong.
Just add another row with increases and you're fine. It'll grow.
Just add one, subtract one, whatever. So what else are we doing? We're not doing anything besides Shark Week, I know.
This week, just that. My other cardigan for my daughter I'm working on, but I won't pick that back up until after Shark Week.
Yeah, I was working on a poncho, loving it. And then I had to okay, I'll see you next week.
Well, I don't know. You're going to town on those socks. It might be.
That's true. I might be. Come back, poncho. I didn't expect this to go that quick.
Maybe your knitting mojo's coming back.
Maybe.
At least your sock knitting mojo.
Yeah, for DK socks, yes.
Yeah, but if you like DK socks, I know you got DK yarn.
I
You can whip it.
don't have as much DK yarn as I would like, but I have lots of fingering weight yarn that I can split into halves and then knit them together.
I think Anna's back. Let's see if she stays. Well, thought she was here.
She's trying.
There we go. Try it. There she is.
Yay!
I'm sorry, my internet has a series of catastrophic failures. I'm like,
no.
oh yeah. No, it didn't. It's gonna work in. Oh.
Hey, we're glad to see you back.
Yes.
And now she's
Froze
closing.
again.
I'm trying.
It's just a Monday, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of case
I hope-
Mondays.
I hope everybody is able to finish their Shark Week projects this year. That would be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot doing it, isn't there?
I think so.
I've seen
Over
a lot of pictures
100.
on Instagram. All right.
So,
I have to look at the hashtag and see what everybody's doing.
It's good stuff.
yeah, I haven't been on it today to look.
Well, I was deleting DMs and stuff because every time I open my Instagram so I can use hashtags, I end up with all these wackaloons. Whole ton of people following me. I'm like, why? Why are you following me? I post pictures of my food and knitting. That's it.
What
And
more
these
do you
people that are following me are not interested in those things.
I was going to say, isn't that
No.
the point that people follow you?
It's like, why? Why are you doing this?
I just want to see the pretty yarn and
Yeah.
projects and
And get
stuff like
ideas
that.
for stuff I want to do.
Yes, and then cheer my friends on when they do great projects and
Mhm.
curse out the dyers who come out with gorgeous yarns that you can't get. That kind of thing.
Yeah, you do see a lot of nice yarn
Mm-hmm.
online.
Yep.
or then I'll see a pattern and then I get like obsessed about it. So I have to hurry up and gather all the stuff and start it, and then okay, I'm done.
Yeah. I have a
Do it
few
anymore.
things I really want to work on, but I think I might have some people doing it with me, so that might help the pressed flowers cardigan. Because a couple of our friends have the yarn for it too. So
Oh, I have to look. This is
It's
something I would
nice.
like
I
to
like
do.
that.
it's sport, but it's mosaic knitting. So I've never really done a lot of that. So since it's not all color work, I figure I can do the mosaic.
I say that's what that shawl I made was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
can do that.
Oh,
That was fun.
we lost Anne again.
Oh no. In 2024, you'd think we'd be able to have internet for longer than a couple minutes.
Yeah, you'd think.
But she's usually all right when she does her own lives.
Sometimes it just depends on her internet.
So I suppose it's getting used more in the evening, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Like if people around. Don't know if that makes any difference.
Shoot. Right. Fix that.
Did I say I was 3 stitches short or 4?
I think you said 4.
Yeah, I think you said 4, but what was it?
I finished my jumper.
This,
I know, it's so cute.
let's see. I'm behind. I didn't watch your latest.
I put it. I did block it. I just soaked it, and then I have a a flat dryer thing. So I've dried it. I've tried it on. It's not it looked like it had grown when it was wet. I don't think it's grown. It has flattened out a bit.
I'll be interested to see how the side panels look after it's blocked.
Yeah, well they've got increases in them, so they are supposed to be full, but they were like sticking out a bit, weren't they? I might give it a little bit of a light sort of steam from above as well.
What's going on in the designing, Liz?
I still have to finish writing up those cardigans and get them out to be tech edited. And I just haven't gotten to it because there keeps being something more to work on. And I hate that part. But it's just a matter of actually just typing them up. They're graded. I just have to actually type them and get them to a tech editor. Hopefully that'll be done before the end of the month, and then get them out to test knitters and get them photographed. I have to block them so I can get them photographed. So, and since I've lost one of my models, I'm gonna have to find another to help me out. Because my one is no longer dating my son, so can't exactly ask her to. Regardless, and I need to stop working on this because I keep messing it up.
Hello.
Oh,
So,
don't do that.
oh well, it's fine. I'm tired. I'll work on it later. You know. And Anne's frozen again.
Oh,
Anne,
Ian.
I'm struggling, okay? I'm trying.
your internet. You should sue them because they don't give you good enough internet.
I know, and it's expensive too. It's the worst of both worlds.
Oh,
No.
Um,
Let's see what other fun things there are on Craftsnark to talk about.
thanks.
So they didn't say anything about the magazine.
Nope, I haven't seen a word.
Not even a veiled, because they're not allowed to talk about it, but they'll talk about stuff without actually talking about
Oh God, evidently brochet versus crochet is a thing.
it. To what?
Some guy says, I'm a guy who crochets, and honestly, I find it weird how other men start crocheting and try to make it seem more masculine. They call it brocheting, and honestly, I just have to roll my eyes. Are men's egos so fragile that liking a hobby that is predominantly women a bad thing? I had to block the crochet guy on TikTok because yes, he's making the crocheting look cool to guys. It's just annoying that he's trying to rebrand it to make it masculine.
I know who he's talking about because I've seen that guy when I flipped
Yes,
through.
the dichotomy of men, bros, and carrion birds.
I don't know. It's a gimmick. That's a very weird looking.
Why do they care? If that guy wants to go on TikTok and say he's crocheting or whatever, who cares?
Yeah, everybody's got their gimmick, and
Sure.
just let them have it. Oh, the big controversy was the Tiffany sterling silver ball of yarn. It's been
Oh.
around a long time, complaining about consumption and overpriced, and it's not real art and blah blah blah. And,
Then don't buy it.
10 grand. Well, I wasn't going to buy it anyway.
No, but I'm telling them.
Oh, I
you
know. Oh, I know.
Yes,
Lovecraft
it's
is being
ridiculous. Yes,
sold?
it's crazy, but
Lovecraft is being sold. Does that mean Webs is being sold too?
Really?
That's what it says. And then there was the controversy about the crochet design that told you terms of use. You couldn't.
Yes, there was two of them.
Yes, you couldn't show how the stitches are done. I'm sorry, but that's how stitches are done. I mean, you don't own the stitches.
No.
And if you share a picture of it on social media, you have to tag the designer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chad. I forgot to check. I apologize.
I can't see chat.
But I'm sorry about that.
I mean, I would tag a designer, like if it was somebody I knew or somebody that was not as demanding about it, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of patterns have if you want to tag this pattern on social media, use this hashtag, which I would think would be nice and helpful, not particularly pushy.
Right.
You're not allowed to post it.
Right. Yeah.
And you're not allowed to show it to anyone without, tagging the designer.
You can only keep your project in a very dark room in your house.
Yeah. And you can't sell it. Yeah, it's getting to the point of ridiculousness. I mean, we joke about the copyright warnings on a lot of patterns where they say, "Oh, it's for private use," and basically the copyright is just your words. You can't copyright the stitch patterns or anything. You can just copyright your format and your words, but people don't realize that. No, I don't know if Joe's doing a Shark Week project. Somebody in the chat wanted to know. I don't know. Joe's doing whatever Joe's doing.
She's doing Joe things.
She's busy. She's working a lot. And so,
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, the TikTok lawyers out there. Yeah, sovereign citizens are hilarious on body cam videos. They're my because the cops, they don't want to deal with them. They really don't, and you can tell like they all sigh as soon as this starts.
Yeah, it's a lot of internal eye rolling. Yeah.
Really, must I? And it's like, what cracks me up though is because they want, you can't try them in this court because they didn't agree to it because it's not whatever kind of admiralty court or whatever the hell they say that it has to be. But they demand things. It's like, well, if you're not a citizen, you shouldn't get these rights because, you claim you're not a American citizen, so why should you get free legal counsel?
Right.
You can't have it both ways.
Both ways.
And Kat wants to know how many people participated last year and how many people frogged. Do you know? Or a guesstimate?
I'm trying to remember. I'd say it was about 100 people last year, maybe slightly less. I'm trying to think how many cards I got. Anyways, sorry, because that's how I measure things, the stationary. But yeah, I'd say it was somewhere around 100, and I would probably about a dozen people frogged. Again, these are just numbers off the top of my head from a year ago. But
That's still a good amount. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a fun thing to do.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like a knit along, but where everybody's doing their own thing.
Right.
And you have to finish or else.
Right.
Which is the best part.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
DK and I were talking, like she said before getting on here, because phone connections work, if not internet. But I have the beginnings of an idea for another knit along. So I'm like, no, let's do Shark Week first. But that's this idea. I'm not sure if you're gonna like it.
Hmm.
She's like, Anne, what are you doing to me?
Like, Anne, please stop. I'm begging you. I'm like, no. But also, have you considered?
But wait, there's more.
There's more. What if? I don't know. I have a couple of ideas for knit alongs and for knitting, but I need to work it out a little bit more. And some people say, just stop.
And she's gone again.
I'm sorry.
You're frozen
Oh, she's
again.
Sort of. Still hear you.
Is it working now?
Oh, I'm having to think too
Now
much.
you are. Now you're
Okay.
good.
But yeah, anyways, a couple of ideas that still need to be workshopped out. But I'm excited. It should be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it because it's always fun, especially when we get to cross our shows and help each other.
Yeah.
That's always fun to help, support each other's channels and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Checking out your Printify store with your Shark Week shirts that are now available.
Oh, good. Sorry, that was.
Yeah, DK.
I didn't know.
You missed that part.
Good.
Yeah, you were gone.
All right. I didn't know if she hit publish yet.
Yeah, they go up to 3x. She said she's working on the bigger ones, but
Mm-hmm.
so that's very exciting.
Yeah, because I know the shirts that I got a couple of the shirts and they run a little small.
Oh, good to know.
That is good to know. Well, if it doesn't fit, then I will, my daughter will get it, and I'll have to wait till, and it'll just be big on her. What is the It's look up politically incorrect knitters and Printify, and if you just Google that, it should pull up. It's hold on. That's how I did it. Printify.me /politically incorrect knitters. I think that's how it came up for me. Oh, thanks, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm sick today, so my brain is not working. The sinus medicine is making me all dopey. Which I can blame it on that anyway.
Don't do drugs.
Well, it's over-the-counter drugs, so
Not too bad.
they're not the illegal kind.
Not Martha
Okay.
Stewart drugs.
No, not the Martha Stewart
I
drugs.
wonder if the Martha Stewart gummies taste good. Like if they're like, like Boston cream pie flavored or,
no.
croissant flavored. What do we own?
No,
them? I can't
you
tell.
can make it. Swim
Oh,
faster.
come on, Morgan, you can do it.
Come on, Morgan, you can do it.
I believe in you.
We all believe in you. We'll be sad if you don't get it done. And Anne will make you rip it out.
That's right.
Publicly, on camera.
Because I'm vicious. Yeah.
No. No, it's
try.
good though, because it's good
Hey, I
though,
would
because
say-
it's good to challenge yourselves.
If anybody needs to rip it out, you could do it next week on Knit Night.
That's true.
That
You
might
can
be-
come on and pull it out because it'll be the day after. So,
Yeah.
she said she's knitting like a mad woman. Okay, so. And by the way, here is, whoops, where did it go? Here is the, oh, you can't tell it's on a white t-shirt, so it's just the logo on a white t-shirt. There you go.
There it is. Whoa.
Their logo. So it's very cool. I'm looking forward to see what the theme will be next year, because anything's possible with film and television.
Exactly. I have some terrible puns lined up, but I don't want to choose too soon in advance.
That's okay. There's other things that will happen before then, I'm sure. Other knit-alongs. Oh, and there goes my shark poster. And it's going to fall off, so I'm going to have to fix it later. Then I will replace it after Shark Week with my Shire poster, because Lord of the Rings is my favorite. And the new movie will be out. 2 of them coming out.
Oh,
the Ride of the Rohirrim is the animated one. And then that's coming out this year, and it's made in the same Peter Jackson universe, and he's one of the executive producers. And then The Hunt for Gollum is coming out next year, or the year after, and Peter Jackson and Andy Serkis are making that one.
Okay.
So it won't be like Rings of Power.
We hope.
Not that nonsense. No, Peter Jackson said it's very, very true to Tolkien writing. So that's
They
a
were
good thing.
released in the wrong order anyway, weren't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, The Hobbit
Other
probably should have
films.
been first,
Yeah.
but and it probably shouldn't have been 3 separate movies. But it was the shortest book. But they got a little carried away. So, have you watched any shark shows, Anne?
Not yet. I really haven't had time. That yesterday was a pretty busy day for me. It was just enough time to sit down, start on this project, and last evening I didn't watch a shark show. I finished the first season of original Star Trek, so no sharks involved. There was some weird brain cell flying blob monsters, but no sharks.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't remember any Star Trek sharks. Sorry.
I'm sure there's enough episodes that someone's got to have something about a shark somewhere.
Probably. I just don't know it.
Wait, wasn't there a Next Generation episode where the crew was turning into animals, like it was supposed to be a de-evolution thing? All the people sharks there.
I don't remember that one. I remember them turning into children, into their children's selves.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. It's okay, I'll get there.
It was because little Picard was adorable. Just gonna say.
I have
young
never
boy who played
seen-
him was-
I've never seen anything past the original series. Not one episode of anything.
It's fun.
Really?
I know. Just never got around to seeing any of it.
So the original when I was a kid.
Right.
I don't
When
think
I
I've
was a
watched
kid,
any
yeah.
since. I haven't watched any since. I'm not very geeky.
I had to laugh.
my-
So, I'm sorry.
No, it's just my parents watched it when I was a child, and then we watched it on all the reruns. My brother and I, when we were old enough to understand.
Uh-huh.
So we're a geeky family. We watch all that stuff.
I had to laugh. So like I said, finish out the disc, and the last disc of this features. Oh, sorry, there we go. Anyways, so yeah, one of the things was it's like life after Star Trek with William Shatner. It was hilarious. It was filmed in 2004, but did he mention any other roles that he had, other TV shows, other movies? Anyways, it's like no. William Shatner, and as of 20 years ago, it's like no, it was all about his horses. It's like I have a ranch in California and I train horses. I'm like, you are a trophy wife. Look at him. He's just like, I'm an equestrian enthusiast and I have charity shows for horses, and our horses are the best in the world, and I think our discipline is probably going to the Olympics. Yay. It's spreading now. And he's just like talking about, like, is this how they got you in the studio? It's like, Bill, you got to talk about Star Trek again. It's like, okay, but you can talk about your horses. Sold.
Pretty much. Yeah, his wife was very much into those. I did see a Star Trek meme that made me laugh, and it was a picture of the Borg ship. The inside of the Borg ship. And someone said, for a race that's so superior, they have such terrible cord management. All their cables are everywhere. You'd think they'd have better cable management.
Right.
I thought that was funny. Yeah, and global internet is being attacked by sharks because sharks have been biting on the Google underwater cables along the ocean floor. So evidently the sharks are done with Shark Week. And
there we go.
They don't want to be out there.
The shark war against Bill Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Someone put, this one was funny. I was watching a show called 10 Steps to Avoiding a Shark Attack, and I was really surprised that stay out of the water wasn't number one. Like, yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Well, like that one I put in our Telegram group where it says it's safe to go in the water right now because all the sharks are busy being on TV.
See, that's right.
Yeah, a couple
on Shark Week.
Yeah, a couple people tagged me. Apparently, there is a Raiders of the Lost Shark Discovery show and a really terrible-looking film in which there are many bikini-clad girls.
Yes, didn't Joe watched the film last year? Remember, she told us about it.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the one. It was awful, but Joe watched it.
I seem to remember. Now that you say it, I kind of remember something.
Yeah, with the girls in the bikinis and the bayou, and
it was like something that would be on Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, there was a shark episode that was fake, Sherry, on the old Batman, and there's a helicopter, with Batman getting the shark because he had bat shark repellent or something. Oh. Evidently here you go, Anne. You can look this one up.
I'm not familiar with that. But there you go.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the movie that Joe told us about. That was.
I think so. It sounds.
Yeah. I'm going to watch the Discovery show tonight. I watched a couple of them. Like I said, I didn't like the one that sounded like Martha Stewart, and I watched the one where they made a big giant fake whale that they could be inside in plexiglass, and then they would chum, and the sharks would attack the whale, and they could be inside to see how they attacked and stuff. That was pretty interesting. And there was one from 2013 where they thought a giant 60-foot shark knocked over a boat, in a sailboat in South Africa, and everybody died on the boat. And so they're saying, it must mean Megalodon's still alive. But I'm thinking, because they said, because I watched it years ago, when I watched it again, they talked about how there were killer whales around there. And I was thinking how in the Mediterranean, they've had all these instances where the killer whales have been attacking boats. I'm wondering if it was a whale that attacked that boat that many years ago, and nobody thought of it. That seems more likely than 60-foot, great white sharks swimming around. But
yeah,
what do I know? Maybe they're there. Who knows?
I mean, not that it's impossible, but
Yeah. I mean, if it's there, they'll show up at some point. Or if not, they won't. So, it's their ocean.
That's right.
All these people are like, up in arms about shark attacks. Well, you're going into their home. They're going to attack you. Don't go in at dusk or dawn. Like half these attacks happen when there's no visibility. Like, just pay attention. And if Chief Brody yells to get out of the water, you need to get out of the water.
right.
Exactly.
If you learn these simple rules, that's half the don't get attacked by sharks list.
That's right.
Trying to think what other. Oh, hey, we do have that Happy Days episode where Fonzie jumped the shark.
Jump the shark. That's true. That is true. I'd forgotten about Fonzie and the shark.
And that's where they got that phrase from.
That was such a bizarre episode. I don't.
What do we even do here?
It was one of those that never made sense at the time.
It still doesn't.
Nope,
It's
not
working
really.
now. I put my pins in. So it's all right.
Yay.
It's all fixed.
Phew.
That's always good when it works out.
Done what I've done.
I guess it's almost time for the Olympics.
Yep.
Yeah,
In
gotta
France,
wait
of
till
all
things
places.
calm down a bit.
Yeah. They don't show enough of the actual events anymore.
No, they're too busy have all these talking
Human
heads. Yeah,
and human
interest or talking heads, some celebrity people talking about, just stuff.
I liked when it used to be on like 24 hours a day, and you could be up at 2 a.m. watching, weird sports that you didn't normally get to see. Because they'd have like curling or the biathlon or stuff like that on, and you could watch it. But
McDonald's used to have that game that
mhm.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. You had whenever you had little stickers on the cup or the container, and you would win free stuff and get different medals. It was a while.
I remember.
It was a while before the Monopoly game.
Right. The crooked Monopoly game, you mean? The guy was stealing the pieces and selling them to people.
They still do the stickers on the drinks and the fries.
Not like they used to, though. I
It's
was
to get you
making
to go
millions.
to the app now
Which is unfortunate.
and put a code in.
Everything's through an app now. Fortunately.
Yeah, I'm
So what
partial to a McDonald's.
They're pretty consistent. That's more than a lot of them, I think. But burgers, I like In-N-Out better.
It's not one we have.
So-
You're like, I'm sorry, Annie. We don't have In-N-Out here in South Dakota. I'm pretty sure they don't have them in England.
No. Well, they have had them in London. They've done the pop-up store there a couple times. And they sold out in like 6 hours. Their thing is their menu is very small. It's basically burgers.
Mhm.
That's that and fries and drinks are the only thing on the menu. So it's
Mhm.
not,
Which is smart.
like
I
it
think.
is. And the quality, the reason they do that is because
Mhm.
they don't have freezers in the stores. They only have refrigerators, so they don't. Everything's fresh. Gets driven to the store every day or so.
Isn't Chipotle supposed to be like that? They don't have freezers,
Yeah, supposedly.
supposedly.
I don't know.
I don't.
Haven't been to Chipotle in so long. They've gotten so
Me neither.
expensive. Like it's $11 or $12 for a bowl now.
It's crazy. I don't really go to any of those places.
So Annie, now that you're done with your shawl and you're done with your sweater, what are you going to work on after Shark Week?
I don't know.
You're free.
I don't actually know. But I seem to be sticking with things, and I don't know why I'm doing that either. Because I'm
Why are
usually
you just so dang consistent, Annie?
no, I'm not. I'm not normally at all. I have quite a few UFOs, and I don't know what I'm going to do next. I think sticking to one project has saved me having to think about other things, other knitting projects. Instead of, because I would like flip from one to another.
And then
I'd be
nothing
too
gets
tempted
done.
to cast on. Yeah, I'd have cast-on-itis and things.
That
I
is the
really
real.
don't know what I'm doing next.
That is a real thing people don't realize. Castonitis.
Mm.
It's a real thing.
It is.
Probably more baby things, I think.
Morgan,
That's
I
fun.
wanted to go cage diving too. I used to want to be a marine biologist, but too much schooling. And you had to have no math, and that's not my subject.
Mm-mm.
But I would love to go cage diving someday.
Yeah, I'm good.
Anne, are you going to have time to get your hats done?
I have one, but I have the Ira hat 1 and 2, which just need pumped. That's pretty cool. Excited about that.
There.
Very cool.
There's that.
Very
And
cool.
yeah, I got this bad boy, which is another one for a gift.
Nice.
Mm. I like
Fun.
that.
Yeah, it's a little, I don't know, it's a little too big and the brim is a little big, but also I don't want to knit this again. I mean, I might, but this logo is a pain in the butt.
What logo
So-
is it?
It is for the Rageaholic YouTube channel. We have a big old
Razor
razor
fist.
fist.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, I can't imagine that as a fun Intarsia project.
I mean, it's its own deal.
Fist.
Yeah, it's like there were bits where I didn't want to carry across, so there's was like a little bit over here for the T and the R as it goes up. But yeah, if I did do this again, I would definitely do smaller gauge so it would like fit on one side of the hat. It really doesn't.
It's good though. I like
but-
the colours are good.
Yeah,
Colour
this
combination.
is the Riddell High that Chicken Lady did.
Right, from last year's Advent, yeah. For Greek
Yeah.
yarn. It's pretty all knit up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice. It's a really evenly done too, so you don't really get pool. I mean, you can see it just barely pools on the top, but not anything crazy. But yeah, anyways, that's fun. If anyone wants a razor fist chart, believe me, I have one. just email me, man.
Oh,
For all your
I
YouTube
mean-
watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably do that too. I had. Hang on. Sorry as I did. Yeah, I thought it was in this pile, but no, I have the the big squares that I did because I had like 3 different versions that I finished beforehand. So
So what's next on your needles?
well, that is a gift for a spoiler. He's probably not watching. Nobody tell him, okay? That is a gift for Royce from A Drink with Crazy. He does a YouTube channel. It's a lot of indie authors and a lot of Iron Age creators, sort of thing. So I wanted to do one with Royce's own logo, but that one I think I'm going to do much more miniaturized, and I'll probably just have his name in like a plain font. Like I won't have to invent it like that. So I figured that that would take me less time. So I chose to do the more important one last. So that's the one that hopefully I'll be able to finish next week before I'll send that off. But
You are becoming the queen of the hat designs for
Yeah.
online and cool companies and personalities.
well, it's I don't know. I mean, it's what I would do anyways for different people and their channels and stuff. So
Mhm.
I mean, like I used to do it for superheroes. So if you got a logo, I'm like, I can take that logo and I can do
Yeah, I know
wonderful
you.
things with that
You've
logo.
done it for me.
So yes.
You haven't done a politically incorrect logo hat though.
No. No, because that's a lot of complicated parts. So we'd have to simplify our own logo. Not that it's impossible, but
You'll get to it eventually.
okay.
Probably.
Maybe.
Huh. Yeah.
Oh,
My fan died. It's not good because it wasn't on very long.
what?
My fan died.
That's not good.
I recharge it. So nothing else is going on. We're just sharking.
I'm sorry.
Pretty much,
This
as far
is
as
the
I know.
What's that, Ann?
I said this is the problem because here, so every other row is lace.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like sitting here and counting and making sure I have enough.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Mm.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
very pretty. I don't think it's going to be as big as I originally thought it was because I'm, I don't know if you can see really, that I'm already
Mm-hmm.
decreasing the triangles. Like the entire thing is increasing still, but you have the center bit with the triangles, and I'm already
Yeah.
on the points. So
Wow.
yeah. So maybe I don't know. We'll see how it blocks.
Yeah, you've done it quite
Well, it
good.
looks like the lace part is open after it's
Yeah.
blocked. So
Yeah, so that will probably
yeah.
stretch a little bit. But
I'm sure it'll be fine once you block it out.
it'll all block out.
Is that
Whose pattern
Holly's
is it?
yarn?
It is, yes.
What's the pattern?
Pattern is Smilla, Smilla, by Kristen without the E, Kimsey. So, sorry, here. Yeah.
SMILLA.
Nice.
Here, let me.
Hi.
There we go. See it?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah,
That is
it's
pretty.
Yeah, her name is spelled a little weird, but it's a lovely shawl.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's different.
How big does it end up being?
Allegedly.
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 Um, it's supposed to be 72 inches across the top.
Well, that is big.
6
Okay.
feet.
That's a good size.
Yeah, which is, like I said, why I'm a little confused.
Mhm.
Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe it's all going to be fine. But
Is it just because it's on a circular? It's probably a bit scrunched up.
probably. Oh, thanks. But yeah,
Did you look at other projects of people who've knit it?
no, I printed this off ages ago.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I think I probably
So
downloaded.
they might have pictures and see how it ends up
Mhm.
looking up. You know.
True. But yeah, I don't know. Be nice. It
Find
says
out.
it takes 2 skeins, so I'm going to trust the system. That's never hurt anybody before.
Well, last year you had too much yarn, so hopefully this year you'll have enough yarn
Right.
and it'll work out
Hopefully.
evenly.
And then I have, because I dug out the leftover ball of yarn from Holly last year, like, yeah, that won't, I could probably fake it in there if I need more yarn, but also probably not.
Well, if it says that you can do it in 2 skeins, is that fingering?
It is fingering it. It'll be
They'll be
good.
fine.
You don't have to fake anything. It's going to be an awesome shawl. Everyone's going to go, wow, Anne, what a great shawl you have. It's not going to be a disaster. It'll be good.
It'll be perfect because it'll be yours.
That's right.
And you'll like it because you finished it and you didn't have to frog it. So that's
Hey,
the
if
main
I
thing.
do have to frog it, there will be tears of frustration and a lot of me saying, who invented this stupid project?
Well, if you and I are both in that boat, we can do it together. We can
Whose
sympathize
bright
with each
idea
other.
was this?
Right. Whose
Yeah.
idea?
It'll be like, whose idea was this to have to frog?
Great idea.
It is a fun idea in a way, though, because it gives you consequences in a way.
Yeah.
It's that little extra.
Lord
well,
knows we need
I mean,
consequences.
Because honestly, it's yarn. You can reuse it. It's not like you're
Right.
ruining anything. But it's that little push to get something done
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of summer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that level.
I'm so busy, I wouldn't be knitting, I don't think, if it wasn't for Shark Week.
Well, yeah, you got all those dresses and things.
I just don't go in.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I can't let up because I don't know how long things are going to take to alter. So I just keep going most days and evenings at the moment. But it's nice to have to knit.
Your shawl looks good in your background without the sun coming through. It
It's
shows
even
up
too
better.
big for the window.
Mhm.
I thought
Yeah,
I'd just
but
show
just-
it off.
You can go to some event somewhere and wear have it all wrapped around you this winter and just be center of attention.
I do intend on wearing it, yeah.
What is a knit along without a touch of fear?
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how this corner of the knitting world does things.
I still haven't finished my puritanical knitting fun run project. So
See,
maybe that's one I'll do.
I know my sweaty sweater is done, but I think it needs like a little bit of an edge or something.
Mm.
But yeah, see, if there was consequences on all these knit alongs, which we are not doing, by the way, we are not. But then it'd be finished in time.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
have.
Yeah, I would not be happy frogging a sweater. That's
A sweater, no.
No, that's it.
No.
No, I wouldn't have pulled it out.
Then I would not be happy. But then it would have been. I wouldn't be mad at Anne. I'd be mad at myself for choosing it as a project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still,
So
thanks.
well, I've got 7 days to finish this. Hopefully, the rest, now that I've started over again, will go faster, and I
Yeah.
won't have to start it over again.
And with this shawl too, the most complicated bit is the middle part, which I'm doing. Like the
Yeah.
triangles outwards are just garter.
Oh, we go cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're larger parts. I'm like, okay, it's garter stitch though. Just go
Right.
for it.
That's how I'm feeling. And you can sit there and watch Star Trek and just go to town on the garter.
Yeah.
So I'll
Well,
probably flip open the learning channel, which they don't call themselves that anymore.
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah. The stuff that's on there you don't want to learn about. Like,
No,
there's no learning going on.
no, not a bit. Not a lot of history on History Channel either.
No. And no weather on the Weather Channel. So,
I remember my dad sitting there watching the Weather Channel.
My
because we're
dad
gonna get
did too.
storms. Like, Dad, just look out the window. You don't need the Weather Channel to tell you.
oh, my dad loved the Weather Channel. And then he started advertising his business on it. So, so then he had to
Well-
watch it so he could see if his ads were on.
Well, yeah, but his business totally tied into the Weather Channel, though.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
That
Was it
totally made
umbrellas?
That's not. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Annie.
Sorry, was it umbrellas?
No,
You make umbrellas.
no, he was in
Joking.
HVAC. No, he was in heating and air conditioning.
Oh.
So that's why I have my love of Freon, because I grew up in the
Your
cold.
love of Freon.
My love of Freon. It's my favorite gas.
I'm glad you have a favorite gas.
My favorite gas. It's Freon.
Right. I'm on
There's
track.
not enough of it.
Ugh.
Are you almost to where you had to rip out, or
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, I'm back
no.
to.
Oh good.
I'm back on track. So I'm back where I was, and
You'll get that done.
it's all right. It's just the top down. It's the yoke, and it's where I divide for the sleeves.
Oh, look, Anne.
It didn't
It's a
work
Nerf
out.
shark gun. It shoots Nerf bullets.
I'm so happy. I love Nerf guns.
Nerf Junior, not just Nerf.
Ooh. Yeah, for the super adult Nerf guns you can get. No. You get the kid.
The kids' ones are probably more fun anyway.
I should
You ever
go to
want
bed, I
to see
think.
somebody just giggle with glee? Give a grown man a Nerf gun for
Mhm.
Christmas. It doesn't even have to be a big one. It can be one of those little small pistol-sized ones, like all the giggles.
Oh yeah.
My
You will get shot.
my husband's
Yeah.
uncle, years ago, before I met him, gave everyone in the family for Christmas, and there was like 40 people, those little shot the little disc
Mhm.
guns. Teresa, you know what I'm talking about. He
Mhm.
gave everyone a gun and a stack of the discs. They all unwrapped them at the same time, and the entire family went to town. My husband said it was chaos. All the adults, the children, everybody just went crazy.
That's fun until you got to go find all those discs under the stove, behind, and under the couch, behind the refrigerator,
Did I ever tell the story of my brother getting an airsoft gun?
No.
Okay, so we never had airsoft guns growing up because that was kind of a rich kid's hobby. Like, you can have squirt guns and you can have Nerf guns.
Uh-oh. She's frozen. I need to hear this. Come back to us.
Is it back now?
I think she's back now.
Sort of.
Yeah, bitty.
But anyways, never had airsoft growing up.
Right.
So my brother, when he was dating his now wife, he got an airsoft gun for himself. I forget if it was for his birthday or Christmas, but he was very excited about this. But the thing is that, and he's like showing it to me. I'm like, wow, that's cool. But neither of us had ever been shot by an airsoft gun before. So he's like, I want you to shoot me. I'm like, what? And so we're standing there like idiots. And I was like, okay, I'll shoot you. And then going back and forth, and it's like pre-flinching, like, no, do it, but don't tell me when. Oh, this really hurts. And then Max's now wife was like, you two idiots. Of course it hurts. She's like, I always hated airsoft guns. Like when they were teenagers, her brother would come around the corner of her house and like shoot her with them, and she got really ticked at him. But she's like, how do you not know that this is painful? We're like, but we don't know how painful. We don't. Like, you're two adult people. Why are you doing this? We're like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
how will I know how painful it will be if I shoot somebody else? If I don't.
It's
also
research,
get the plastic
right?
Hey,
pellet
when my
and-
husband worked security, they all tried out being tased so they could see
Tased.
what it felt like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the military, they got gassed. They had to go in a room with their gas mask and everything, and they got gassed, and they had to get their, sit through it for a certain point so they could experience and know what it felt like before they were allowed to put their masks on. So.
Kind of a getting pepper sprayed first thing. You're like, well, so long as nobody loses an eye, I guess we can shoot each other with airsoft guns.
Nope. Shoot your eye out.
Your eye
kid.
out. Yeah. Yeah. No, we didn't have airsoft guns growing up or anything.
No.
Neither did my kids. My son played paintball a couple times when he was older at birthday parties and stuff, but guns are a real thing in my husband's family, so they're not a toy. So never had the toy ones.
Mm.
I had a water gun.
Was against them. Well, we had those.
Yeah, I
but,
did.
and
My
Nerf
kids
guns.
had the, what do you call them? Super soakers.
Yeah. The super soakers.
Also a
dangerous ones.
grown adult giggle thing. Give a grown man a
Yep.
super soaker and some beer.
Yep.
Oh, we lost Anne again.
Oh no,
Poor Anne.
not again. Come back, Anne.
It's a shortcut.
Come back. Oh,
Waiting
yeah,
for it to
no.
cool off.
Give adults water guns against children, then that's always fun. Especially when the adults get the super soakers.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh dear, children. It's just water. That was my parents say. It's just water. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just don't do it in the house, and you're okay. Then you're good.
Right. Yeah. Do it outside.
Yep. So hopefully Anne's coming back. I don't know. It's been quiet. I'm just off my game today because being sick and Shark Week, having to pull that all out last night and start over was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been trying to find the other yarn that was in a place it's not supposed to be, but that's because it's out of sight and I only have so much room. I have to put it other places, so people don't see
I
it.
know.
So,
Mine's all going to have to be tidied out. Going to go
mine
through
is
it
a
all at some point
disaster.
soon.
I have to finish cleaning out my son's room now that he's moved out and put all my yarn in there.
Oh,
Oh, thank you. Hopefully it's just a cold. And, it's 100. It was 121 here yesterday. So, of course, I have a cold because that totally makes sense. But,
I saw a thing. Some guy on Instagram somewhere talking about how he's seen so many people. It's July that are sick. They're coughing and hacking.
Yep.
And he said, and then a number of people in the comments said, yeah, there's a lot of people are sick right now. And yeah, people do get summer colds, but it seems to be a whole lot of people.
well, we have really bad air quality here. And
Yeah.
right now it's always bad around 4th of July because of the fireworks and all the smoke and the dust. So I'm not surprised my sinuses are bothering me. But yeah, it's not the greatest air quality. And then you add 150 degrees on top of it. not fun. I was thinking Neil was saying something about being 70 degrees the other day. I was like, wow, we were 50 degrees hotter than him on the same day.
Right. It's crazy.
So, he can't complain about the heat. I'm sorry, but no.
No.
Amy and I will tell him no.
No, I will tell him
And no
no.
in certain terms.
No. I'm damp. I spend the day damp.
Ugh.
See, y'all make me really appreciative for my climate.
Except in
when it's in
wintertime. I
winter,
don't envy your
when you're-
Except
climate.
in wintertime.
When your car's stuck in snow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Living in the
forget to-
great white north, we have our issues.
Can't start the car. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I think we lost her again.
Oh no.
no.
Come back, Anne.
I'm back.
Sorry.
Don't
Come
go
back,
to the
come
light.
I
back.
hear you.
Stay away from the light.
I tried.
The shark is dragging her.
There she is. Now, well,
Oh, jeez.
sorta. You moved a little bit. Now you're moving.
It's like Max Headroom over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to wonder how many people remember that.
I know that's
Yeah.
kind of a.
You're
Old
dating
people
us, Trees.
I know. Oh, that's an 80s thing.
Yep. I've been watching a lot of old 80s, 70s, and 80s music videos. Which are
Oh,
hilarious.
they're the best.
And
Mhm.
the some of the music channel reviews, and it cracks me up because some of them have never heard of the music or have no clue, and they listen to the music and they're like, oh, it means this, it means this. It's like, no, that's not what it meant at all.
No. No. There's a whole lot of
Journalists have
innuendo.
always
Yeah.
been trash.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of 70s and 80s going on about what this meant.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're not getting it. But
Whole lot
It's
of
funny, though, to watch.
innuendo and yeah. Have you ever seen that guy on YouTube, Professor of Rock?
yes,
He's very good. It's very interesting. If you're into music, it's very good.
hmm yeah, he has the best stories.
Yeah. And he interviews everybody and he's like an insider. He's into everybody.
Why I was laughing is because one of the review channels is a husband and wife, and they're kind of naive in a lot of because they don't really understand. And they reviewed Frankie Goes to Hollywood Relax, but luckily they didn't do the original video because if they had put that on their channel,
Oh.
they would have freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, because I'm like, this is an odd choice for them to do because they're Christian. And then I read the first comment. It's like, it's a good thing you didn't do the original video because that's not something you want on your channel.
Yeah. No. Do not.
Like, yeah, that would
Frankie
not be
says
good.
Relax.
Not if you want to lose your monetization.
Mm-hmm.
But-
Remember people had those shirts that said Frankie says relax.
Yep. Back when it was all about just having fun with the music.
Yep.
Nobody cared about anybody's, they just, people dressed how they wanted. They listened to what they wanted to.
Mhm.
They did their own thing.
It was fun.
People weren't so concerned about other people.
Well, they
No,
I mean, no, I shouldn't say, I don't mean it that way. I mean, people
no,
weren't-
I know what you mean. I'm trying to
people got along.
people absolutely got along. I mean, you watch
I mean-
any of the videos, it doesn't matter whether it was Michael Jackson or, I don't know, any of them. It was all, everybody was mixed. It was whites, blacks, everybody was in the videos, everybody was dancing, the party scenes like in Purple Rain, that movie, it was all mixed. It wasn't,
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so much division. It was like,
Right.
it didn't care as long as the music was good.
Right.
Everyone was you just listened, you got into the music, you listened to the music. It didn't matter who you were, what country you were from,
Mhm.
whatever. But I don't know. So, Therese will probably finish her sock tomorrow. with the way you've been going?
Probably. Yeah. Depends on the.
And
Yeah,
splitting
I'll
for
have
the
it.
sleeves.
Maybe.
So
Sorry?
Yep.
I said you're splitting for the sleeves on yours. So
Yeah, I should get it done. I might not enjoy this doing the sleeves because I think they're in the round as well. I don't like sleeves in the round.
but they're tiny though. They'll go fast.
She's back.
Yeah, we
She's
should.
back.
I have to go.
No.
I have to go to bed.
I need to go eat
Yeah,
soon.
it's late.
Tired.
Yeah, I gotta
It's
go.
going up to 2:00, so quarter to
Talk to
10.
Yeah,
my
Annie needs
husband.
to
I
sleep.
did intend to leave sooner, but at least I've sorted my knitting out. So
Well, we love having you, so
Yeah, we do.
Sorry, I don't know
I
who
like
your
it.
husband is.
What?
What did you say, Ann?
No, my watch just said,
Oh,
sorry,
that was your watch.
I don't know who
Oh.
your husband is.
Oh, okay.
I didn't ask you.
Well,
sounded like how she
That's
sounded.
she claims to be
Like, clear-
such a personal item.
Interesting.
Clearly, it's not paying attention, Therese. Your
Bye
watch.
then. Have a nice
Bye,
rest of your
Annie.
evenings.
Bye, Annie.
Oh yeah,
Bye.
yeah. I'm gonna have to go sleep soon, or go eat
Me
and
too.
then sleep, and get up
Yeah.
and knit tomorrow.
I gotta
Or
say,
Tuesday.
it's a sad thing when Joe in her car in Australia has far better internet than I do. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. I think she got a new phone too, so that might actually improve things when
Ooh,
she can be back.
Nice.
So that could be good. There's no not shark knitting wars tomorrow, is there?
No, that's next week.
I was gonna say because that would be another challenge.
3 days in a row.
Yeah. Is there gonna be closing ceremonies to this?
There will be closing ceremonies. We haven't got a time set down yet, but we tentatively, well, it will be on Sunday, but tentatively Sunday evening.
Okay.
So we'll
Will there be like a musical show, a light show, fireworks,
Hors
like the
d'oeuvres.
Olympics? Or,
I could get like sparklers, but I'm afraid my fire alarm would go off.
yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
set
that's
your
probably-
place on fire.
And well, I don't know are the firemen cute?
Ooh.
Maybe.
We might have to
saying.
explore this.
I don't
better.
work.
Hey, did they do a calendar? You need to check into that, Ann.
Mhm.
See if there's a local calendar so you
You
know.
know.
Yeah, go to the Chamber of
Thing is-
Commerce. Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea what you said.
No.
But
Oh, sorry. No, that I haven't bought tickets for the fireman's ball for the last couple of years, and the rules are if you don't buy tickets, they'll let your house burn down. So I'm kind of
Uh-oh.
I've heard that. It's not a good thing. But
Get the
do
yarn
they
out
keep a
first.
list? Do they keep a list like, oh, sorry, we can't respond.
It's a
You're on the
spreadsheet.
list. It's a spreadsheet, yeah. Yeah, they have a spreadsheet of who paid or not. Do they actually have a ball where you are? I don't think our firemen have a ball. Yours, Therese?
I don't think so.
I don't think ours do either.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I live right by the fire. Whatever. Right over there.
Oh.
It's like a block away, so that's good.
All right. So are we good?
Yeah. I could
I
go
think we
talk
probably
to
oughta-
the person that Siri doesn't know. And he's
Jeez,
watching
I
a
thought
baseball
Siri-
game.
I thought Siri was eavesdropping on everybody.
Yeah,
You'd
she
think
just
she'd
said
know who your husband was.
doesn't know who I don't know who your husband is.
Oh, and we've lost Anne, so unfortunately.
Oh boy.
Hopefully she
Alright.
can stay in the next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Siri needs to pay more attention. Or maybe not. Maybe it's a good thing Siri's not paying attention.
Don't worry
Who
about it.
knows? But thanks everybody for joining
Alright,
us.
thanks,
and
guys.
Hopefully everybody gets their shark weeks done because we don't want to see anybody frog 'em. 'Cause
But if you have to frog, you can do it here, and we will sympathize with you.
absolutely. If you have to frog, feel free to let us know. Just
Yeah.
send us a message and we'll send you a link and you can do it
And
on
you
here
can
and we will
cry on our
support you
shoulders.
100%. That's right. And bring a beverage and an hors d'oeuvre
Bring some hors d'oeuvres.
because I don't know if there will be any on the end of the Shark Week episode. So, all right. Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.